How's everyone? My name is John. I'm a physio here in Cork, specialising in bike fitting, and I want to give you my best tips and advice to prepare yourselves for Ride Dingle come next April. So how are you going to be ready for Ride Dingle? Start slow and gradually progress. My suggestion is you progress 20% every week in terms of your kilometres, your amount, and then on your fourth week you take a little drop off. This is called a recovery week, and then you just continue to progress into the next 3 weeks. Repeat that process and you will be totally ready by April. So I haven't needed to stray far from the workshop, so I want to show you the bike positioning with a lovely backdrop of a hen just staring me into the eyes, making sure that I am in a good position on the bike. So my first tip would be put your heel on your pedal, drop your pedal down to 6 o'clock, and really you should just have about a straight knee there with not falling off the bike towards the side that you're straightening the leg. So stable on the saddle with a straight knee. Make sure you're not one of these type of people. Okay? They look up the road and they wonder why their necks are getting peed off. So instead, let's straighten the back a little bit more. The neck is happier and all is well. If you find that you're trying to do this but you just can't and you can't seem to get into that position, it may well be that your bike needs adjustment, so that's where a bike fit comes into, is a good option, coming from a bike fitter. So welcome inside the clinic, folks. This is where the magic happens. We do lots of bike fitting here, a lot of gait analysis, running assessment here, and loads of space for rehab. But for today I want to show you my tips on keeping your relationship with your bike above water. So here's the story. If you want to be the saint on a cycle, then bring one of these. They are called a chain breaker tool because not many people will have it, but if ever it happens to somebody where their chain snaps, then you are going to be the savior. If the chain breaks, it might break at a link that's not matching up with the other link, and even when you have one of these guys, which is a closing link, which another really essential item to have, it won't work because you need to break the chain at a separate segment so that the link will work. So that's where that comes into play, nice and easy, and slips through. So that would be what happens if it breaks, but why not make sure that you reduce the risk of that happening by getting yourself a chain length checker. So very simple, it goes into the chain, and if it goes right the way through, then you know that your chain is after stretching and that you need to replace it. As far as punctures are concerned, guys, just have a look at your tires. Make sure that there aren't any little slits or tears in the tire and that it hasn't gone very bald, which is going to increase your risk, obviously. If it happens, watch the video that I prepared earlier. It's on my YouTube channel, The Bike Fit Physio, and it's called How Do You Fix Yours? And it just goes through a nice way of changing a tube in your tire. But I would suggest try and get your hands on some metal levers because they're brilliant. Like, they're not going to let you down, whereas the plastic ones can get a bit worn out over the years. So a pair of these will last you forever. So lastly, guys, it's the gear we're going to wear for the day. So it's the end of April. It's a tough one to predict. Could be like today, like a November day, nice and chilly with some sunshine. If it was something like that, I would go with something like this, where you have leggings on. However, the leggings are not real. They're just make-believe. So they will pull down, and it means that if it does get nice and warm towards the second half of the Ride Dingle, you got this option. Same goes for the arms. These are actually just sleeves, right? So they're fancy and all that, but I was thinking as a stocking filler, you could just get yourself a sock that's done its time and cut a hole in the foot part, and there you go, you've got lovely arm warmers for the day. Then in terms of the bib short, folks, I would stay away from the false economy cheap ones. They don't last and they're no good. So stick with something that is going to look like a proper bib short. So if you hold it up through the shoulder braces, you can see that it's sitting in a kind of an anatomical position. And then you want to check the grip inside the thigh. Looks like it's going to stay there, and that plays an important role of keeping the pad in the right position. that'll keep us comfortable on the bike for long distances. Then keep your ears warm on the day. You can't beat a snood for doing that job, fits under the helmet. And then for those who feel like the arm warmers are just not enough, then they want to get into something like this. Ta-da! A thermal vest. Layer it up, put the jersey on top of this, then another jacket on top, and you're good to go. So that's it, that's my lot. I hope you've taken a lot out of this video, and do please tick 4 of those approaches and you will be bang on trend for Ride Dingle.